Okay, time for some Raincode. Thank you for joining us today. I need to calibrate again. No. Let me make sure my sound's okay. My sounds looks okay. Calibrate. Look, I'm fixed. Yay. Alright, let's get some Raincode. Let's get this game done so we can move on to other games. I don't think this will be the final one, but... Oh, I forgot to name it on YouTube. Give me a second. Forgot to name it in YouTube edit. Raincode Chapter 4, Part 4, I think? We're gonna do Part 5, because I think it's Part 5. Right. I'll have to look and see, but... I can do that on my own time. Right. Secret Lab. Oh, I should have put Secret Lab. I'll do that afterwards. I can't pause during this. For whatever reason. I forgot we're in the Mystery Labyrinth. And VVC, of course. Oh, now I can. Let's go back to YouTube. Let's fix that. Part 5. Or let's not even do part. Let's do Mystery Labyrinth. Which means we'll be in Chapter 5 later. Mystery Labyrinth Secret Lab. That's what we'll do.
And with the falling, why can't it ever be a gentle landing?
Because Shimigami is with
Lydia.
us.
This is called the Mystery Labyrinth.
So, this place is a physical manifestation of mysteries from the case?
You can tell? Well, anyway, this actually isn't my forte. It's...
Due to the power of death. Her, right?
Huh?
So you really could see me this whole time.
Oh, yes.
It could?
It's due to my spiritual affinity. Ever since I was young, I've been able
So
to
he
see
knew Shimigami was
otherworldly
with us the
things.
whole time.
My forte was gained through training that innate talent. Though, I wasn't able to see her clearly like this before. I could tell you were talking to some haze following you around, but that was it. Until one day, I used my spectral projection at the agency, and saw that death got clear as crystal. After that, I did some research. I discovered that the WDO Underground Book Vault held something called the Book of Death. And also, that someone had taken it.
Did I take it? Before I lost my memories?
I don't know. Since you're a rookie, I doubt you'd have access to the book vault. Only a handful of people have WDO clearance for that.
Just a handful?
Anyway, you've been using this ability to solve the other cases up till now, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, this is also related to the mysterious deaths of all those culprits? My guess is, clearing a labyrinth, the materialization of a mystery, causes its true perpetrator to die. If that's the case, you've killed a lot of people with your own hands.
Oh my goodness, he's calling us a murderer.
Well, I didn't really kill anyone. It's just what happens when...
Nope. I may be the one reaping their souls, but the blood is still on your hands.
Oh, now she's blaming us. What the cookie? Okay, let's see. Now she's blaming us. Alright.
What? Hey!
No point in pretending to be a goody two-shoes. You're risking your life to solve these mysteries.
I see. So you're determined to do this, huh?
To kill more
Sorry,
people,
but
apparently.
I don't think I have that kind of conviction myself. So, I think I'll take a nap here while you go and risk your life.
You can sleep if you want, but you won't be able to get out.
Is that so?
If you're not with Master when and if he solves the labyrinth, this place will collapse around you. Well, if you don't have any regrets in the real world, you're free to die here.
Regrets? I don't have any of those. But there are still some things I've left unfinished. Especially after you exposed the mystery of this case.
What do you mean by that?
I'll be perfectly clear. I'm just going to tag along. I'll leave the heavy lifting to you.
I don't care what you do, just don't get in our way. Well, Master, let's do the usual.
Yeah, okay.
Master, are you ready to give your life for the truth?
I am.
Ta-da! Secret lab time.
Is that sword for cutting through mysteries? This place must be pretty dangerous.
Here you go, Master. Here's your solution key.
Is that key something like a clue for the case? Wow. Looks like you're ready to go.
Could you be more of a doubter? Whatever. I'm gonna ignore you. So let's go.
She's ignoring him.
Riddle this mystery labyrinth. Let's hunt down this culprit who...
Praise on the truth.
We have to walk?
Let's hunt down this culprit who preys on the truth.
We have to walk? This is unbearable.
Oh, that's hilarious.
This is unbearable.
Hilarious.
Come on. You're bumming me out here.
I thought
Him and
you were-
Shimigami are totally separate or totally opposite personalities. I wouldn't be surprised if she hates him more than does Hiko at this point.
Say, Vivia, do you remember anything about the case?
You mean Dr. Huesca's murder? Or are you talking about when Chief Yako was attacked?
Huh? You remember? Everyone else that came here lost their memories.
That's pretty rare. Must be because of his whole spiritual thing.
Okay, so we're going with the fully active VP.
So the others lost their memories. That's why no one remembers this death god.
How rude of them. It's thanks to yours truly that those cases got solved.
That reminds me, I used my coalescence with Fubuki before Vivia. But Vivia is the only one who came into the Mystery Labyrinth.
I guess coalescence got overridden. Maybe it only takes the most recent ability. I don't know either.
You don't know? But coalescence is your power, Shinigami.
Relax, will ya? Minor detail.
You would have been better off with Fubuki. She would have been far more useful for this case.
It doesn't matter anyway. No one can use their forte here.
Oh. So now I really don't have to do anything. Thank goodness. What a relief.
Jeez! You ever think your lack of motivation could be contagious?
Hey, relax.
Alright, that seems like the end of the conversation. Do we have the exit? Yes. Okay, there it is. There it is.
Ooh, there's that mystery!
Yep.
Huh? I told you to stop surprising me like that.
I thought this labyrinth would only require your wits. But it looks like it's going to take more than that, Yuma.
Well, he doesn't have a whole lot of wits, so he doesn't have a choice.
Ooh. Alright, let's see if we can figure this out.
Why didn't a problem appear?
Not only was there no problem, no choice appeared either. Master,
Just a second, guys. My cat is hungry, so I must feed her. She will cry otherwise. Alright. Alright, back.
maybe you don't even know which mystery to start with to solve this case.
Yeah, there's so many unknowns. I'm honestly feeling lost right now.
Come on! You gotta know where to start with this stuff, or you won't be able to solve a single thing. Let's decide that for now. What's the first mystery of this case?
The first mystery is the fact that Dr. Weska was murdered in a completely locked room with no way in or out. The doctor was located deep in the critical lab, behind layers of security. And yet, he was found stabbed to death. We were the first to discover the body, At the time, we were controlling the robot, Amapel. Because of that, we were thought to be the culprits, but we obviously aren't. So how did the culprit get in and out of the doctor's lab? That's what I don't know.
But the culprit is definitely the hitman, right?
I think so, but I'm not absolutely sure.
Oh, it may not be.
Besides, even if the hitman did it, there's the question of who hired him.
True.
But there's no doubt the hitman stabbed Chief Yako. That's the only thing I'm absolutely certain about.
Peacekeepers?
Kanai Ward's garbage. What are you doing here?
Yomi Hellsmile.
So the director of the Peacekeepers is here.
Yeah, but he's just part of the Mystery Labyrinth.
I figured. In other words, he's a monster created from the labyrinth, right?
Right.
You pieces of shit. You're disturbing the peace of Kanai Ward!
Okay, so he's gonna be stopping us this time.
But we have no choice. For Chief Yako, for everyone.
You killed Dr. Weska, didn't you? Turn yourselves in so I can torture you to death!
Well, that was a weak response because we know we didn't kill Dr. Weska. So the labyrinth accusing us is pretty stupid of it.
You're the ones who killed Dr. Weska. You disown.
I should look at the keys. Records show the security system was disabled an hour ago. The last time. Toxic gas.
On the security system to the doctor's lab.
Okay, well that's definitely it. And we had the right key. Okay, but I don't think I'll be able to get there fast enough. Oh, and it's Ron. Okay, well,
You're the ones who killed Dr. Weska.
it was. I think that mine should have been right.
Security system to the doctor's lab.
We did, but after, like, obviously.
Murdered him inside. Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active. In other words, no one can enter the doctor's lab. There couldn't be an intruder.
I don't know. I actually do not know.
Which makes you the culprit.
In that case,
Yeah, that's right.
that's right.
Alright, well, it's gonna be the Alma pad then.
You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab. And then murdered him inside. Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active. In other words, no one anyone can enter the doctor's lab. There couldn't be an intruder.
This is the truth.
Okay, we figured out
When
the
body
two
was first
failed
discovered,
attempts.
Amapal was about to enter the doctor's lab. But something bumped into it and knocked it over. In fact, there was a mark on Amapal's head, like someone kicked it. That mark wasn't there when we borrowed it. It's proof that someone else was in the lab.
You call that evidence? Is bullshit the only thing that comes out of that mouth? Don't make me laugh. Shit! There was an intruder? That's impossible!
Oh, I'm getting hit by heavy pen.
And in fact, you proved that yourself!
That claim doesn't hold up. What do you mean? We proved there wasn't an intruder.
You still don't understand? Don't make me... If there was...
Ooh, the lab map.
another intruder, then where did they go? By the time you arrived at the scene, there was no one else, right? There's no place to hide in the critical room. There's no way they got past it. Or are you saying they slipped away and you missed it? That's obviously impossible! Isn't that funny? You just proved you committed the crime!
Oh, this guy is a lot harder.
Right.
What is...
If they're... There was another intruder. And where did they go? By the time you arrived at the scene, there was no one else, right?
That is right.
There's no place to hide in the critical room.
Aha!
through this mystery? There's a hiding spot. It's inside the airlock's decontamination device. The vent cover can be easily removed, and there's just enough space for someone to fit inside. If they hid inside the decontamination device, we wouldn't have seen them when we arrived at the scene.
So what? You've got it all wrong. Everything is wrong. Your existence is all wrong. Have fun chasing that fake truth.
We managed to defeat him this time, but it's not over yet.
He sure is persistent, huh?
Anyway, there's no doubt someone else was inside the doctor's lab, so let's unravel each mystery one at a time.
You notice how Yuma's blood is red, like even in the Mystery Labyrinth? Interesting, everyone else's blood is pink.
Come on, why does it have to be so sudden?
Okay, now that we've wedged our way into this mystery, we just gotta head through the labyrinth and reach the truth! Say,
Was there an intruder? We know there was.
Hmm.
Like, that was the whole point of us proving that there was an intruder, so that question was easy.
We're just now getting to the point. What a pain.
Hey, don't sigh. This is a good thing.
Sorry.
Anyway, let's head inside.
There was an intruder for sure. We know someone bumped into Amapal.
The culprit probably hit Amapal on their way out. After that, they must have intended to leave the lab. But they couldn't because we were in the front chamber. So they hid inside the decontamination device to avoid us.
So, if we checked inside the decontamination device on the way to the scene, we would have caught the culprit then and there.
Yeah, but it was an emergency and we had no idea they were in there.
It's super lame to make up excuses, Master.
It's not an excuse, but it is true. If I had thought about why Amapal was knocked over at that time, I would have realized the culprit was in there. We could have waited in ambush or searched for them. And if I'd caught the culprit then, Chief Yako wouldn't have gotten stabbed.
Master, wallowing in regret is even lamer. If you have time for that, you have time to
This
keep
is
going.
like the boringest room.
Right.
I thought it was interesting at first with all these codes on the wall, but then you were running and it's the same thing. Okay, conversation's over. Okay, thank goodness. It's a door.
Really? Another fork in the path.
That's true.
Seems like we're finally at the central question. This is the first step to solving how the culprit committed an impossible murder.
True, true.
I leave the rest to you. I'm going to read a book or something.
You can bring your own stuff into the Mystery Labyrinth?
He's just special.
That's funny. Vivi is, as far as our powers, Vivi's the most competent out of all of them. Desahiko is the lamest out of all of them. Fubuki was fun, Horolaro is just smart. She's as close to Vivi, but she's more physical and he's the more spiritual one. Like, if you were to combine Vivi and Horolaro together, they would probably be the best detective. Fubuki's great, though. But she has the most powerful power. Her weakness is herself. Let's see, invited by the doctor. No, I don't want this one. Alright. Never entered in the first place. Deactivated. So, we know that he didn't deactivate security. We know he entered because of the footprint on Amapel, so it has to be invited by the doctor, which brings up another point. What if the doctor was trying to escape and hired the hit? No, that wouldn't make sense. The doctor was trying to escape from Amaterasu Corp by faking his death, but he wouldn't have hired a hitman to do so. Or maybe he did. Well, it's obvious that there's only one choice. So I guess I did want it.
Right here.
Because we know he didn't cut the power, it was on a separate power system.
The doctor invited the culprit in? But why?
Had to.
Things are so muddled now because we're assuming the culprit forced their way inside. If the culprit was invited to the lab, then he easily would have been able to enter.
Ah, so you think the doctor disabled the security? He wouldn't need it if he was expecting a guest.
Well, I don't think he did that.
Huh?
Guess you were wrong, Yuma. Well,
Oh,
Why didn't you
You wanted me to tell you? You should have said so early. People only grow by learning from past mistakes, which is why I purposely...
Master, we have to get out of here!
How do we get out?
Use logic to show how this fruit is the wrong one!
Alright, I'll try.
okay. Is all of them wrong then? Is this a red herring? Because normally we would fall down to a pit or something. I wonder if all of them are wrong
The
then.
log on the doctor's computer didn't show any signs of security getting shut down. If that's the case, he certainly didn't cut security just to let someone in.
Yeah, so this is already abnormal because we shouldn't be able to fix it.
Well,
Should
I
have
may
been a
messed
dead
up,
end.
but at least we got a little closer to the truth.
Maybe, but if you hadn't messed up in the first place, you wouldn't have to come up with such a lame excuse.
I know. I'll do better next.
Okay, well this does seem like punishment right here, running through this room again. Okay, so we have had punishment. Alright. He did it into the lab though, and deactivate the security. He didn't do any of these things. Or she, or whoever killed. I guess I'm gonna have to choose every single one.
Right here.
I know power wasn't cut, so that's why I chose the second one, just in case.
Culprit never entered? But you said there's no doubt the culprit was in there.
Perhaps the intruder is not the culprit after all.
So you're saying that the doctor committed suicide?
That's not
If
the
the
fact.
doctor committed suicide, then the culprit wasn't the intruder, but the doctor himself.
But if the doctor did it, there would be no intruder. The doctor was already in the lab.
Huh? This route is wrong too. Again?
No need to worry, Yuma. I don't mind it at all if we can't find a way to move forward.
Sheesh. Even I'm losing motivation. You can take care of this on your own, can't you, Master?
Don't let him influence you.
Oh my goodness. It has to be the back. It would be hard to stab yourself in the back.
That's right. The doctor was stabbed 3 times in the back. One stab would have indicated that he held the knife in place, then fell on it to kill himself. But he couldn't have made 3 wounds like that. There's no way it was a suicide.
And now we're back to the room.
No excuses, Master. Do it again.
You're tired, Yuma. Why don't you lie down for a bit?
Resting here wouldn't help me at all.
Alright, well, we got 2 wrong. It's weird, so maybe all 3 are wrong, because there's no way the power was cut. So, maybe we have to go through all 3. Which makes me feel better about myself. There's only one door.
Right here.
Power's never cut though, so I don't.
Culprit
Yeah,
used the
this
blackout to
looks
slip
wrong.
past security and into the lab. That answer is pretty simple. Almost too simple.
And then we're gonna show why. Yeah, see, we're gonna show why it's wrong.
Huh? What? This was the last route.
This labyrinth is a tricky one. It's like one of those old detective novels. Perhaps you're the real culprit, Yuma.
Really, Master?
Of course not. Focus. We need to get out of here. It's no use. I won't make it.
Oh, I messed up. Okay, so it's not security log, it's this, it's on a separate system. Okay, that makes sense.
The doctor said the critical lab was on a separate grid, and the lab switchboard wasn't in the electrical room. The security wouldn't shut off, even if there was a blackout in the building. What's going on? Were all three routes wrong?
I wonder what it means.
Hey, it's a door we never
There's
noticed.
another door.
I get it! Since we proved that every possibility was wrong, a new one has appeared.
Interesting. The Mystery Labyrinth not only materializes the case, but also changes based on your
Right. Something felt off about those other routes. It's almost like we were forced to choose the wrong way.
But by eliminating each wrong answer one by one, you opened the path to the right answer.
You sound disappointed.
Who cares? Let's just see what's in the fight.
They use spectral projection to enter and kill him?
Then, the culprit is... I can't believe the culprit entered the labyrinth with us. That's never happened before. How dare you trick me! There is no escape! Once the mystery labyrinth is solved, the culprit will be judged! Master, let's finish up this mystery labyrinth and boom kill this dude!
Hold on!
That doesn't sound right either. You can't kill with astral projection. He's running like Naruto.
Huh? Another trap?
That's why I said to wait. There's no way Vivi is the culprit.
Then, prove it and beat this thing! I won't be convinced until you do!
What's with all these punching things? Ghost form traits. You cannot touch anything. Yep.
To begin with, nothing can be touched while in ghost form. He couldn't have held the murder weapon, the knife, so it's not possible that he stabbed the doctor. Now do you trust Vivia?
Master, I've said this 1,000 times, but a detective must suspect everything. Besides, it's his fault for being so sketchy. The way he looks, how he talks, everything is super suspicious.
Sorry. I do try to stay out of sight.
Anyway, let's go back.
If he's not the culprit, then we're back to square one.
Let's try going back to the fork in the path. Maybe something else changed.
Two.
Nothing's changed.
There aren't any new doors. What? There's nowhere to go? What was the point of eliminating all the other paths?
Come on.
cooperate. Unless you want to get chopped up by Master Solution Blade.
Hold on, Shinigami.
I don't want to get chopped up. I dislike pain. Immense. But you know, the journey up to now wasn't a waste. We did eliminate many possibilities.
But that means nothing if we can't reach the truth.
Nothing. Why do you want the truth in the first place?
Huh?
Because now we will die
It's
without
easy
the
to
truth
say
being
you
in
want
here.
the truth. But are you sure you can handle it? No matter how cruel the truth may be.
Can I handle it?
I'm still not sure if you're the kind of person who can. I bet you're not sure either. That's why you're still so... This Mystery Labyrinth also reflects your reluctance. Maybe that's why you can't reach the truth.
What are you talking about? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I won't hesitate to expose the truth.
So you still haven't realized it? Guess you're not quite there yet. Well, that's fine for now. But eventually, you'll be forced to make a choice. When that happens, you'll have to prove your conviction and expose the truth. Like you said.
Enough nonsense. Let's find some clues.
As an apology for the distraction, let me tell you something.
He's already figured out the
This
case.
labyrinth appears to change shape by reflecting our investigation. So, instead of following the reveal...
Because he doesn't want us to expose the truth. Is Chief Yako the culprit? Is he?
path. Isn't it
He had the
possible-
picture with the girl. What? And we read a solution key that said the doctor will sacrifice others for his research. Did the doctor kill the girl? Chief Yako killed the doctor, and then the hitman killed Chief Yako because the target was already dead. I don't know. It's this is getting to be crazy.
Carve your own path.
Carve my own.
Oh, what if Chief Yako rode Armor Pal into the secret lab? No, but the doctor was attacked before that. I don't know.
That's right, Shinigami. We can create new routes with our own deductions. Maybe we can do it here.
Sometimes, just a slight...
It's either, the hitman or Chief Yako got it in before we sent Armor Pal in there, but they were in the vents when we put Armor Pal there.
is enough to completely change how you
Which means they would have to sniff the poison gas, one of them.
see things.
So if I change my perspective here, I might see something new. I see. I was so focused on how to overcome the security system, but that's not right. I need to change my perspective and think about who could have overcome it.
Don't box yourself in. with
Or maybe
your own
they overcame it
assumptions.
somehow.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
I hate when the anemic vampire tells us what to do. But if Master wants to, then fine. I'll lend you my power.
Her sprite kind of looks like Junko a little bit. I bet it was based on Junko somehow. These games are so lame. Spelling is not my forte.
Ready to play the Shinigami puzzle?
I don't know, are we? Who is capable of coming the system? Oh, I get it. I already know. Armor Pal is. Could it be the doctor from the lab that doesn't like? Oh, it's possible. I don't know how to spell though. Armor Pal
That's right.
L.
That's right.
Okay, cool. It might be the doctor, the leprechaun guy with the stupid heart on his forehead. Well, if he used oh, you know what? I didn't even think he could be a culprit. He might be a culprit. Oh my goodness.
A new route appeared.
This is all thanks to me.
Perhaps I said too much. Well, nothing has been solved yet.
I wish you'd express yourself a little better. How can we tell if you're happy or sad?
I've never been happy or sad in my entire life.
This guy's hopeless.
Anyway, let's explore this new route.
It won't let me in the old doors. Okay. At least we get to see a new territory. I guess we can talk to him. I like how Shimigami runs up and we're not chained to her like we normally are. Like, normally she can't go without us. Well, we did leave the room, so...
When you think about who could get past security, the only option we know of is Armapal.
True, and that's how we were able to get through security ourselves.
But that's just a toy robot.
Oh, this is cool.
How is it related to the case?
I don't know yet, but since Amapal can get through security, it must be important.
It's sealed off here, too.
Hey, there's an intercom. Maybe someone will respond if you use it.
No way.
Yep.
Huh? Doctor?
Huh? Wait. What the? Wait. Who are you? Help! Somebody come help me!
Isn't this the footage of when the doctor was attacked?
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
The mystery materialized. Must be related to what the doctor just said. So the question is, who did the doctor say, "Who are you?" to? Well, I'll leave it to you.
I don't get how you can keep reading at a time like this.
It's definitely not Amapal. Amapal wasn't there. Okay, so here's the theory. The doctor's trying to get out, right? He can't hear anyone, so why would he know if someone's back there? What if he was trying to fake his death, but he got killed instead? If the culprit rode Amapal in with us, because that's the only way we know how to bypass, or if the culprit is really there when the doctor says he's there, right? Then we would have to go through how the security system was overridden. And I don't believe. I'm gonna go with no one. If this is correct, and I don't know if it is, if this is correct, then it makes sense that Leprechaun Guy, Chief Yako, whoever, or, you know, the Slaughter Artist, whoever, Fink, that's his name, would be riding Amapal.
The trap didn't activate. Does that mean we found the right answer? Huh? So the right answer is no one?
Ah!
The doctor say, who are you, if no one was there?
Oh my
Security was
goodness.
still active at the time, so no one could enter the doctor's lab, right? And that was before I borrowed Amapel.
Yeah, so if we were wrong, it would be the culprit that he was talking to. But the timelines don't fix, like the timelines don't work together.
So the only explanation is that no one was there.
Why would he say that if no one was there?
Okay.
I think if we go there, we'll find the answer.
What? That route's obviously just a side road. Who cares what the old geezer was thinking anyway?
But it looks like this is the only way we can go. Besides, I am curious about what was going through his mind. It could be an important factor in solving the mystery behind this case.
True that.
Still, being forced to take a side route is too much trouble.
Just a sec, I'm looking up something. Okay. Where's the doctor's? Oh, I guess we do go through. There was an event
So,
here, and
Master, do you have an idea about what the geezer was thinking?
Not yet, but I think it has to do with why he said, "Who are you?" I think the doctor was putting on an act.
An act!
The doctor put on an act for a reason, but I have no idea why. We have to figure that out by going down this doctor's motive route.
did you know we were gonna try to save them? You know me? Yep.
He's here too?
You rats keep scurrying around. Do you really think you'll discover Dr. Weska's motive? Good luck with that, morons! He had no motive at all!
Well, he said there's nothing here. Let's head back.
We can't do. If he's trying to block our path, then this route must be important.
No.
I'm only here because you maggots piss me off. So, I'm gonna end you here and now!
It looks like a Final Fantasy boss.
This was all part of the doctor's plan? He didn't have a plan at all. The
No.
exchange on the intercom wasn't an act. There was no reason to put on a show. The doctor misunderstood. You probably don't know this. Weska put his soul into his work. The research was going well. The doctor was loyal to Amaterasu.
No, he wasn't.
I knew it.
But
No.
Okay, I didn't think we had a solution key.
This was all part of the doctor's plan?
Because
He didn't have a plan
it
at
wouldn't,
all.
like, I thought it didn't let me pause, so I must have not clicked the right button.
There was no reason to put on a show. The doctor misunderstood. You probably don't know this. Weska put his soul into his work. The research was going well.
No, it wasn't, but
The doctor was loyal to Amaterasu.
no, he wasn't.
No. The doctor was planning on betraying Amaterasu Corporation. He was trying to escape Kanai Ward. He said so in the messages he wrote.
It was only one rebuttal. Okay.
Yomi's rebuttal. What was that? What was he trying to deny? Why was he covering up the doctor's motives?
Well, if Yomi's the other guy that the doctor was talking to in the email.
It seems that this case involves the inner workings.
Which means the whole security thing and him locking himself inside was to protect himself from Yomi.
Of Amaterasu.
Makes sense. And the act was for Yomi.
Right. The doctor was going to betray Amaterasu. And whoever he was emailing knew that. So the doctor locked himself in the lab to protect himself from that person.
Perhaps the doctor's act had something to do with that.
Did I mess? Nope. Okay.
It's the security gate. Everything's locked.
Which means this is a complex problem. We have
In
to
a
choose
body
the right
bag
door
and
insert the correct solution key.
This is way more hassle than before. Guess I'll leave it to you.
As
Oh,
Okay, terrorist bombing, that was last thing. Blackout. No, the timeline doesn't fit the blackout. Although the blackout is important. Swapping places with... Oh, okay. At least we have an idea. Oh, he was gonna switch. He was trying to get someone in his lab so he could... Actually, that does, swapping places. This would prove it. The blackout... I knew it probably wasn't the blackout because the blackout happened before we entered the lab,
The
which
door
means the
actually
doctor would
opened.
still be alive.
I knew I could let Yuma handle it.
are you sure you aren't a phantom?
And he just confirmed we were right. I knew I could let Yuma handle it.
So the doctor tried to swap places with someone else to escape from Amaterasu. The notes he left behind in the lab hinted at his plan.
You mean the diagram with the sulfuric acid being poured on someone?
Yeah, he was going to swap places with a corpse, then melt it with acid. He wanted to disfigure it beyond recognition. That's how he planned to fake his own death.
At the very least, it'd buy him enough time to escape Kanai Ward. Or so he thought.
Wow! Melting a corpse with sulfuric acid? Yay! So cool and So who was the substitute supposed to be?
Maybe the hitman. The doctor was under surveillance by Amaterasu, but he was still looking for a chance to escape. When he learned a hitman was after him, he figured... his
Oh, so he
chance
didn't hire the
was over.
hitman, he just concocted a plan
The
using the
doctor
hitman.
was hoping to use the security system to kill the hitman, and use the body as a decoy.
Now that I think about it, the doctor did seem to be waiting for the hitman to arrive.
The hitman hasn't arrived yet. When will he show up? Don't tell me this so-called first-rate hitman was captured by Peacekeeper.
But the hitman never did show up. That's why the doctor had a sudden change of plan.
And that was the act he put on by asking you, who are you?
Perhaps that was a trap to lure you in, Yuma.
He was trying to lure Master?
He considered taking advantage of the detectives, since the hitman never showed up. So if he called for help, he would charge into the lab, not knowing anything about the security system, and thereby acquire the corpse he needed as his decoy.
That seems overly complicated. Like those guys who overthink asking girls out.
Well, he couldn't have used another researcher. Someone would have noticed their absence. He needed visitors, people from outside to pull it off.
Interesting. This is like Shinra.
So if I didn't know about the security and had rushed into the lab...
You'd be a super sexy skeleton right now.
What the heck?
So close.
You want that?
But the doctor's plan failed, and he actually got boom killed by the hitman. I get what he was trying to do, but what about the impossible murder?
Assuming the attack on the doctor was just an act when we saw him through the intercom, we at least know for sure the real attack hadn't happened yet.
In other words, the culprit entered the lab after that exchange. So the problem is, when did they actually enter?
Where are we?
This place is a real
Wow.
mystery. Then again, I suppose that checks out.
Huh? Shinigami?
Yeah! Master, this looks like an important turning point. So, is that your final answer?
I haven't said anything yet.
This is weird. Culprit entered the lab before Armor Pal.
Master, you need to narrow down the timing for when the culprit got inside. Now then, here's our fateful fork in the road. It's life or death. We're at the crossroads of mystery and solution. This earth-shattering choice may be your now, Master. Which one will you...
No, so he couldn't have got past the door or the lightning thing. It would have had to be after Armor Pal. He was either right, or he/she was... I don't think we have any girl suspects, actually. Leprechaun Guy, Chief Yako, and Hitman. Unless the Hitman's a girl, so we're just gonna call it a guy. The culprit was either behind Armor Pal or on top of Armor Pal. Which I think he was on top of Armor Pal, because in the beginning, remember Armor Pal shuddered, and then at the end, the culprit jumped off of Armor Pal, which caused Armor Pal to fall. So if that's the case, I'm gonna say no. If we're wrong, we'll just hit yes. Oh. I guess it's a yes. I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong.
When I directed Amapal to go into the doctor's lab, he already had a knife stuck in him, which means he was murdered before Amapal entered the
But we
doctor's
fell
lab.
at the...
Your answer?
But he fell... We fell.
Is correct! Congratulations, Master! Would you like to double down?
What are you talking about? Anyway, let's keep going.
Little by little, we're narrowing down when the culprit entered.
Yeah, but we still
We're not
don't know
doing a
how
good job.
yet. It had to be between when we spoke to the doctor over the intercom and when Amapal entered his lab. During
So
that
my
time,
theory's
the culprit
incorrect.
entered the doctor's lab and
Back
murdered
to
him.
the chalkboard.
So the most likely time would be when you went to borrow Amapal, Master. The culprit had to have entered the lab then.
But Fubuki waited at the front chamber while Desuhiko and I went to borrow Amapal.
True.
She said no one entered or left the lab.
Okay, so we're back here.
Huh? We're back on the original path.
Maybe you're supposed to try opening that door now.
I'm sure that from here on out, it's not just about when, but also how the culprit got in. Yuma, there's no need to push yourself. If things...
No, I can do it. I'm going to solve it.
Where was the culprit before the crime?
This is a map of the critical lab.
So we have to determine where the culprit was before the murder.
We'll have to solve them one at a time.
If we know where the culprit was before they got in, this route will be clear. Do you know where?
Okay, so that's the electrical grid, so this is the start.
Here,
Yeah, it was the,
culprit must have been here.
okay, airlock. Yep.
Yay! It opened!
After the exchange on the intercom, given there was always a detective at the front chamber, when we went to borrow Amapal, the culprit had to have already made their way inside.
True that.
But the airlock is the only location that isn't affected by the security system. There. The culprit had to be inside that decontamination device before committing the crime.
True that.
Yeah.
By the way,
I'm gonna say this was Chief Yako. Vivi is making it. Why would Vivi care about the hitman?
So you think the culprit was in there before the crime too?
Yeah, the culprit was waiting for their chance. But we had no idea when we sent Amapel into the airlock.
And from there, Yuma, you guided Amapal to the doctor's lab. So the culprit entered the doctor's lab before them? How would that be possible?
It's not
Only
possible.
Amapal could get past security, right?
Yeah, that's the next big question.
Maybe the culprit
This
used
feels like
another
Batman.
Amapal unit.
No, the researcher mentioned there was only one functioning Amapal.
Which means the Amapal Yuma controlled was the only one that could get past security.
True. True that.
So the culprit must have taken advantage of Master's Amapal to get into the doctor's lab.
Yeah, that's the only way. But how did they use it? There's no solving the doctor's murder until we figure that out.
Well, I have an idea. Will you hear me out?
Sure.
What is it?
How about giving up? I'm getting tired.
Giving up.
Nope, motion denied. Another fork in the road? Such a complicated mystery lab.
How did the culprit use See? Had to be writing on
This problem
Amapal.
lies the truth. We're definitely getting closer to the heart of this mystery.
As a shield, as a weapon, neither.
Then
Well, you can't use armor power to shield the toxic gas unless he waited for armor power to go through, and then maybe no toxic gas, so maybe a shield.
Huh? What do you mean, use Amapal as a shield?
Amapal is supposed to be sturdy enough to withstand an elephant stepping on it, right? The culprit may have used Amapal as a shield against the security system.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So,
Did we get
the
it right?
culprit followed behind Amapal to avoid the toxic gas and explosions?
I get it! You're so smart, Master!
Really? I don't think so.
Oh my goodness, we got it wrong.
Master just showed off how smart and logical he is.
Maybe.
Master wasn't smart after all! Come on, take it from the top!
Ah, that's so funny. The toxic gas bypassed with armor power. I'm guessing no, because everyone's saying I'm not smart. Okay.
Yeah, even if Amapal itself is fine, it wouldn't be able to protect the culprit from the toxic gas.
The high voltage shocks can be bypassed. Yes.
It's gonna crush us!
Okay, I guess it was a no. I guess it was only because of Fubuki's power.
Even though Amapal is sturdy, it couldn't withstand the high voltage shock from the panel. Which means it'd be impossible.
You're only realizing this now. At this rate, you'll be a grandpa before you stop being a rookie.
Perhaps you will improve in the next.
I'm trying my best.
Alright, I don't think it's a weapon because armor power doesn't have any weapons. So it has to be neither, which... maybe. It's probably wrong. Nope.
Do you think neither
Different room.
is really the right answer?
Given the process of elimination, that must be it. Amapal's hands aren't designed to hold anything, so it couldn't use the knife to murder the doctor.
True.
Which means Amapal wasn't the murder weapon. And the culprit couldn't have used it as a shield. It can't neutralize the toxic gas, and the high voltage shock would destroy it.
So then, how did the culprit use Amapal?
I think we'll find out if we continue down this path.
Maybe I was wrong.
Wrong answer? Come on, Master!
Oh my goodness. So it was used as a weapon? No, this is different.
Huh? We're...
We've been here before. It looks like we've been brought back.
But the door we opened earlier is closed again. Why's that?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Okay, this might be part of it.
Huh? Even the question is the same. Does that mean we gotta do it all over again?
Well, the logic is still sound. There's no other hiding spot for the culprit besides the airlock.
So you want to choose the same answer and keep going?
If you do, you'll just repeat the whole process again. We'll just be brought back here if we can't figure out how did the culprit use Amapal. And I refuse to walk any more than I have.
Hey, don't sit down!
What should I do?
Stand up! Stand up right now!
Stop it. Leave me alone.
If you want me to leave you alone, then help my useless master out!
Fine. Just one thing. We're back at. Where was the culprit before the crime? Because you're stuck at. How did the culprit use Amapal? With that in mind, these two questions are connected.
Connected? Both the culprit's location and how Amapal was used?
Help him out more! More!
The culprit was hiding in the airlock, where you also left the robot, right? At that moment, only the culprit and Amapao were there. So maybe the culprit did something.
The culprit did something to Amapao?
Clues are always there, right under your nose. It's a detective's job to notice. Did you notice anything strange back then? Any tiny detail? Try to remember.
Something... Hey! Now that you mention it, back then...
Oh, hey, the screen lit up. So this is what Amapao sees. It's like the cockpit of a mecha.
Whoa, what was that?
Yeah, that's
Did it
what I was
break away?
thinking of.
I thought it was state of the art.
No, it's alright. It's stabilized. There was a moment when the camera stopped functioning while I was controlling Amma. It returned to normal pretty quick, but...
See? I told you it was right under your nose. You don't need any additional help from me.
that was a clue to help solve this mystery?
Actually, everything in this world is a key to solving mysteries. You just haven't noticed that. Perhaps there is more you're overlooking.
It's true.
Was there anything else?
Something unusual. Something I meant...
Anything else? It's not like Amapao's camera showed the culprit.
Wait! That...
Huh?
Now that I think about it, wasn't that strange? The culprit must have gotten ahead of Amapao, but why didn't they ever show up on the camera? If the culprit went past Amapao to enter the doctor's lab...
And they weren't falling
witnessed it
behind,
for sure.
which leads to the top of Amapao.
But nobody showed up on camera. How did the culprit manage to pull that off?
I don't know.
How can you move from the airlock to the doctor's lab without appearing even once on Amapao's camera?
Hey, aren't you just adding another mystery?
No. All the pieces are here.
Huh?
Yuma, the mysteries you face now can be solved with a single answer.
A single...
Sheesh. I talk too much.
Oh, one mystery after another. What do you do now? It's a Pandora's box.
Let's stay calm and think about it. There's plenty of time.
Nope.
Or not. I'll keep reading while you wrap things up.
Remember what he said, Master. All it takes is one answer to solve these mysteries. Use those weak brain cells of yours and think.
Culprit's location. Amapao's using its malfunction. Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? All this can be solved with just...
Can't go inside. It has to be D. Because we know he's not behind Amapao. As transportation, as playmate, as weapon, transportation, because not weapon, not playmate, obviously. Dead battery, culprit jumped on it, culprit struck it. Jumped on it? Maybe? They were on the top of the head. They were inside, camera inside.
Got it!
Because it's all one answer.
Culprit rode on Amapao's head, using it as a method of transportation.
Okay. I guessed that pretty early on, so.
With every open door, it will be harder for you to turn back.
Absolutely. I will find the truth no matter what. This is for the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Hey, you said the culprit rode on top of Amapao. What did you mean by that?
Literally what I said. The culprit rode Amapao and used it to get through. After we left Amapao in the airlock, the culprit came out of the decontamination device. Then they jumped on Amapao's head. The disruption in the footage was from the impact.
That's insane.
Is it? I think it's fairly reasonable. Amapal can withstand up to 100 kilograms of weight. So, someone riding on it shouldn't affect its functionality.
The shoe print on Amapal's head wasn't caused by someone kicking it. It was left there from the culprit hopping on and off.
After that, the culprit simply rode on it as it moved toward the doctor's lab. By doing so, the culprit was able to evade the camera and remain hidden as they made their way through the lab.
You're right. If it's true, it does solve all of the previous mysteries. Imagining the culprit riding on a robot makes me laugh.
But Yuma, have you not realized it? You're still missing something. One major mystery remains.
Alright, this might be the end. No.
The greatest mystery of this case should appear soon. Just the thought of it gets me feeling down.
This case's greatest mystery?
Okay.
This is the panel chamber.
That means the doctor's lab is just beyond it. If we can get through here, we'll reach the goal, yeah?
I thought they were gonna make me do the panels again. When it was kicked down.
This mystery you mentioned?
Not exactly what I was envisioning.
Well, this is the mystery to be solved. So let's click.
Beats me.
Okay, that was wrong. It must have been while we were opening the door when it topped her over.
The culprit murdered the doctor before Amapal entered the room. Which means the culprit had to have gotten ahead of Amapal at some point. It was when the door first opened. At that moment, the culprit snuck into the doctor's room.
Yeah, when the doors were slowly opening, just like this. That's when the culprit took their chance.
Makes sense.
Right. The moment there was enough space for a person to slip through, the culprit hopped off and went inside.
Like this? We still haven't reached the goal. I thought we could get into the doc's lab.
Is this a joke to you? Your deduction is full of holes. If this is a joke, it's not very fun.
Master, you know what to do.
Of course.
I'll take your garbage deduction and toss. I am the saint of Kanai Ward, protecting it from filth like you!
Okay. Saint of Kanai Ward. That should be his name for, like, the attack.
The culprit hopped off Alapal as the door opened, then slipped through the gap in the door. That's impossible even for Fink the Slaughter Artist!
I think so too.
Think about it.
Oh crap!
Alapal's line of sight changed just a bit. The camera would have caught it.
He
No
couldn't.
one would do.
He couldn't move because its arm was extended. But the culprit would have to know that.
Something so risky. The crime would have been exposed. The culprit must be really lucky. What, did they use some sort of special power?
Ooh.
Right.
No.
For now.
The culprit hopped off Alapal as the door opened, then slipped through the gap in the door. That's impossible, even for Fink the Slaughter Artist. Think about it. If Alapal's line of sight changed just a bit.
Okay, I was right.
To this mystery.
I was getting a little worried.
Amapel is designed so that when its hand is stretched out, it won't execute any other inputs. That's why when it was pressing the button for the door, the culprit didn't show up on the camera.
You little maggots. Don't get so full of yourselves. You're not getting out of here alive.
Is he done after one? Okay. After the first time, it's like he's been nothing. Yeah.
I get it. So Amapel couldn't move while the door was opening. That's when the culprit took their chance.
Okay.
Since the door opens outward, it's possible to take advantage of the blind spot it creates. That's how the culprit managed to stay outside the camera's view as they enter the doctor's room.
So it's an elaborate murder that took advantage of Amapal's design, and even the direction the door opens. Whoever planned this must have really wanted the doctor dead. I guess you can call it an obsession. How scary. Just like this passageway. Where will it take us?
Oh, I actually
Perhaps a
didn't know I
suite
could
of the
move.
culprit's obsession in full display.
Knock it off with the weird soliloquies. Let's go.
You really
Soliloquies.
Huh?
I haven't heard that word in a long time.
Hey, Yuma. When the culprit entered the doctor's room while the door was open,
Huh?
at the time, the doctor was in the room, right? If the door opened and an intruder entered, how could the doctor not have noticed?
He can't hear.
What if he did notice? It's not a big deal.
Yes, if he had noticed an intruder, the doctor would have turned to face him, which means he wouldn't have been stabbed in the back.
That's not
piece of
necessarily
trash is
true.
Right.
Hey, what are you, on the Phantom side now?
Listen to my incredible words of wisdom. Your crappy deduction is worth less than shit. Every.
Okay. Alright. Well, again. Wow. Okay.
Damn it!
No solution blade, we just repel.
Your
Okay.
deduction is inconsistent. It's full of inconsistencies. By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind. That's all impossible!
Oh, okay. It's the stabbing from behind.
Damn it! Your deduction is inconsistent.
Oh,
It's full of inconsistencies. By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind.
oh, did
That's
I?
all impossible!
I missed the timing of that.
Master!
Yeah.
Damn it! Your deduction is inconsistent. It's full of inconsistencies. By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind.
That claim doesn't hold up! No, the culprit did stab the doctor in the back. That's how the body was discovered.
That's why I'm saying your deduction isn't consistent. By your logic, the doctor couldn't have been murdered in that way! The culprit.
I'm pretty sure it's the hearing.
Quickly entered the lab.
He wouldn't have
But
heard the
doctor was in
door.
the room at the time, right?
Yep, he was.
There's no way you missed an intruder. Running is noisy.
Yep, it
So
is.
Wesker would have heard and turned to face the culprit.
That's not true, but it's not
And
lit
his
up.
chest would have been stabbed, not his back.
Oh, crap.
Say,
That's
Alright.
The culprit quickly entered the lab.
Is
The
it
doctor
running
was
as
in the room
noisy?
at the time, right? There's no way you missed an intruder. Running is noisy. So Wesker would have heard and turned to face the culprit. And his chest would have been stabbed, not his back. Unless you think the doctor was asleep. Is there any trace of him being drugged? Even if he didn't look back from his desk, he would have heard someone coming.
Oh, there it is.
this is the truth. Wait, the doctor had trouble hearing. That's why he didn't notice the intruder.
Now you're spouting nonsense. Say whatever you want, it won't save you. There's a gaping hole in your logic. And there's no way you're gonna fill it at this rate because you, more than anyone else, you're the one refusing to see the truth right before your eyes.
What? I, with Vivius, said the same thing.
It's strange, don't you think? Isn't it about time you noticed that something's off?
Okay, this is a weird one.
We've solved many mysteries up to now, yet none of them are directly connected to the culprit's identity.
that's because the culprit is the hitman.
If that's the case, why haven't you reaped the hitman's soul? And that would end the labyrinth.
Oh, it's not the hitman. Chief Yako, a Delepicon, but it seems like it's Chief Yako at this point.
Hang on. What are you getting at?
In my eyes, the reason a single mystery hasn't been directly connected to the culprit is because of Yuma's reluctance. It's pushing away the mysteries that lead to the culprit.
Huh?
Subconsciously, you're closing your eyes to the truth. That's why you haven't touched on the hole in your reason.
What?
Whatever, that's enough. Just ignore this guy and keep going.
Hey!
Yuma. Yuma.
Jeez, go away!
You know what I'm talking about, don't
Ninja
you?
Run.
The huge hole in this investigation.
It's like he's chasing me with reason.
What are you...
Just ignore him.
Let's review your deduction, shall we?
We shall.
The culprit took advantage of Amapau's locked position and entered the lab. And before the robot entered the room, that person stabbed the doctor from behind. However, they bumped into Amapau while escaping, causing it to fall over. That was obviously a mistake, but since it wasn't captured on video, they were able to avoid detection. After that, the culprit went inside the decontamination device in the airlock to hide from you.
That's correct. So what's the hole in my deduction?
It's before all of that.
Okay,
It
so
remains
the
the
bump.
case's greatest mystery.
Actually, that I was wrong about something. So it wasn't him jumping off of Amapal that collapsed. It's him bumping into Amapal on his way out after he murdered the doctor.
Which
So the
is-
doctor was already like
How
lying there
did
dying
the
by the
culprit get
time.
past security?
What?
We already told you that. The culprit rode on top of Amapal as Master controlled it and was taken all the way to the doctor's lab.
But if someone was riding on it, how did they get past the high voltage shocks in the panel chamber?
Oh,
Vivia is as much as like a phantom in this mystery labyrinth.
oh come on, why now?
I won't let you maggots ruin the peace of Kana as the
He-
king of Amaterasu
he got
Corporation
through
and the
because we
guardian
got
of
through.
Kanai Ward.
Perhaps this too is an obsession. Why does he insist on covering up the truth? Tell me, what will you do, Yuma? Are you going to stay willfully blind?
No, I'll fight. Whether it's subconscious or not. I won't look away from the truth. I'll find the truth no matter what. This is for the chief and everyone at the Nocturnal Detective Agent.
You'll scurry around this labyrinth forever. You'll rot away in it, looking for an answer that will never come.
Okay, let's do this then.
Keep playing with your shit deductions. You still haven't solved the greatest mystery.
Oop.
How did the culprit get past the security? The critical lab security system was always live.
It won't let me rebuttal or anything. It's weird. It's like my controls aren't working properly, but we'll look at. We used her power for that.
There was no
Oh, now
way
I
to
have
reach
it.
the doctor. The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit. That security system? No living human can breach it.
Oh.
Don't tell me the
How
culprit
did
is
I
a
get hit by
robot.
both? Now I've lost control again.
But that's
Keep playing with your shit deductions.
I
You
can't
still haven't
move.
solved the greatest
Okay.
mystery. How did the culprit get past the security? The critical lab security system was always live.
Yeah, it was. That was stupid of me.
that's
Keep playing with your shit deductions. You still haven't solved the greatest mystery. How did the culprit get past the security?
Alright, it seems like I can
Critical
move.
lab security system was always live. There was no way to reach the doctor. The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit. That security system? No living human can breach it. Don't tell me the culprit is a robot.
Oh, I know. I know what I need to do. It's Fubuki's power on that second to last one.
Keep playing with your shit deductions. You still
It-
haven't solved the greatest mystery. How did the culprit get past the security? The critical lab security system was always live. There was no way to reach the doctor. The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit. That security system? No living human can breach it.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do this mystery. A human could get past the panel chamber, By using Fubuki's forte. In fact, that's how we got past the panels. The high voltage shocks kept destroying Amapel, but we reversed time every time that happened.
Correct. So whenever it was struck by the current, you went back in time. But while that was occurring, the culprit, a human, was riding on top of Amapel. That person was burnt to a crisp every time you
But...
Which means you killed the culprit over and over.
We only failed once, and Dezahiko failed once. We didn't do that
If
much.
only you had chosen to remain ignorant, I would have walked beside you in silence. But if you intend to seek the truth,
Oh, is he gonna, like,
then
side
I'll
with him?
stand in your...
What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
He's going to betray you, Master.
Betray me?
It's up to you, Yuma. This is your final chance to save the world you believe in. What are you going to do? It's time to decide your past and you...
Why did...
Oh, I'm actually gonna fight Vivia. Okay. Alright, let's do this thing. It's a good thing he can't use this forte, even though it can't do physical damage. He could have messed us up. So he can't be the one. Maybe? What's it?
How did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber? It's impossible to
I knew
avoid
he
the
was gonna.
gas.
How did he? What if the blackout was for Yako, and I'm guessing it's him, Yako to get into the vent? That's interesting. Yeah, Fink's never done that before. Okay. It has to be. It takes up to 30 minutes. Okay.
The culprit will surely die.
Nope. Since we're talking about toxic gas, I'm staying on this.
How did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber? It's impossible to avoid the gas.
Not true.
The culprit will surely die.
In 30 minutes.
You already know this, right? The gas is a special trait.
I'm already at halfway.
Gas can see through even a gas mask. No ability can nullify its toxicity.
True.
Once it hits you, you're done for. You die before reaching Weska.
Nope. Oh, that's it.
This is the truth.
Oh, that means he sacrificed himself. It's Yako. It's whatever that woman meant to him
If you pass through the toxic gas, you'll
in
die.
the picture.
But you'll have 30 minutes.
It
before
has to be.
kills you. Which means you could survive for 30 minutes.
What? Don't tell me.
There are no gas masks here that can block this toxic gas, and no fortes that can nullify it. There's only one way you could get through it. You do nothing. You endure it in hopes of Amapel taking you to the next room.
Then the culprit didn't do anything to counteract it and just passed through the toxic gas?
It's the only explanation that makes sense. This is the truth. I can't believe it, but if the culprit really did just endure the toxic gas.
Then they...
The culprit is...
It appears you finally glimpsed the truth. Well, how does it feel to have your world shatter before your eyes? Isn't this what you wanted?
What's he talking about?
Yomi's mystery phantom and Fifia are both right subconsciously. I didn't want to know the truth.
Huh?
Up until now, the Mystery Labyrinth was withholding the mysteries that led to the culprit. And that's because it's a reflection of my own world.
Master, what's wrong? Do you know who the culprit is? It's the hitman, right?
The truth is worthless. Nothing has less value in this isolate. No one wants the truth. Now, rot away. No one will get in my way. Kanai Ward, Amaterasu, they both belong to me!
Alright. With how many Yumas there, this might be his final stand. I'm not even talking about the Mystery Phantom. Maybe Makoto's using us to get rid of Yumi, because Yumi is obviously the email person.
Carried out the crime like you deduced. Then they should be dead from the toxic gas. But no one at the scene has died from poison.
That's true.
If you can understand that much, then what are you still doing here?
Wait.
You're right that no one in that lab died from that toxic gas, but that was part of the culprit's plan from the beginning.
Fink was hired to kill Yako. Yako hired him.
Yuma, are you sure you want to face the truth? Your world will fall apart.
Okay.
Your deduction is wrong. Don't disturb the peace.
Oh, wow.
It's not even worth debating. Is this the best you can do to refute it? Just give up and die!
Wait, the culprit misrepresented the death by the hitman.
Yes, I'll expose the truth.
It allowed me to like really think about it. That was nice.
The culprit misrepresented their death by using the hitman.
Yeah, that means it's
They realized
Yako
their
for
plan
sure.
would be exposed if someone in the lab died from toxic gas, so they used the hitman to cover up their own death.
Use the hitman?
Meaning, the hitman wasn't hired to assassinate the doctor. They were hired to cover up the culprit's death by toxic gas.
Huh? The hitman's target was the culprit? Not the doctor? But the doctor was stabbed by the knife with the inscribed F. Doesn't that belong to the hitman?
All you would need is a similar knife. The story of Fink the Slaughter Artist using a knife inscribed the letter F is well known.
Nah, we leave it alone until we receive further orders. Did you see the knife stuck in his back?
I like that
It's the one that
voice.
Fink the Slaughter Artist uses, right? I've heard about his knives inscribed with the letter F.
So, it was all a ruse? The real culprit made it look like the hitman did?
Stop. Stop, 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 stop! To hell with detectives and the truth! I won't let you have your way in my city! There is no real culprit! Dr. Wesker was killed by the hitman!
Huh? What's going on? Who's the real culprit?
The real culprit. The real culprit is...
The time has finally come. Yuma, it's time for you to acknowledge what you've known all. If the tiny crack spreads any further, the mirror will shatter, exposing the chaos of the real world. Knowing this, will you still expose the truth? Then, show me your conviction.
The clues pointing to the identity of the hitman's... I know. I've known all along.
Now, expose the truth. Do it if you want to burn the world down.
Yeah, see the music. It has to be Yako.
The bloodstains photo found in the hallway near the lab. There was a person pictured with a woman. That was the hitman's target. The real culprit behind this case. The blood obscured the person's face. But I know who it is. It could only be one person. It could only be...
How do you know? That person in the photo is the hitman's and...
It's...
No. Don't you dare say another word! No one wants the truth!
I don't understand, but good luck, Master. I'm always by your side, haunting you.
Yomi. Yako. Of course. The hitman. If the leprechaun was there with the haw on his forehead, I may have second thoughts. But... what if it's him? He makes a noise. He's the only one that makes a noise. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna go with Yako. If it's not Yako, it's him. You know what? I didn't even think about it. It looks like we're right. But I didn't even think about it. Yomi was missing for this whole thing. If I would have thought about it, maybe. But again, the music and everything, it only makes sense that...
Yako.
Yep, it was... Wesker killed his wife or his girlfriend or whoever that was. It's obvious. This is very much like the second case.
Why? Why is Fuzzhead here?
Chief Yako was the only person attacked by the hitman in the lab.
Yeah, okay.
In other words, the chief was the hitman's target.
True.
But Chief Yako tried to hide that
I
photo
didn't even remember
by
when we
tossing
talked
it
about
behind
it.
the houseplant. He
Yep.
hid it knowing it'd be an important clue. And that's because the person in the photo is Chief Yako himself. It was given to the hitman so he'd know his target. And the chief tried to conceal it, which means the blood covering the face on the photo was likely done on purpose.
Hold on, Master! Are you serious? You're really saying Fuzzhead is the culprit? Really? I don't buy it. You think he actually put together this elaborate murder? He's knocking on death's door just for this?
I don't want to believe it either. But there's no other way.
Don't forget this stuff.
Press the correct button. Okay. Alright. Vivi is still gonna attack us. Because he wants
The
to protect the
Phantom
chief.
vanished.
That makes sense.
The truth has been mostly exposed, and the labyrinth cannot function much longer. Anything I do now might not matter, but I'll do it anyway.
Wow. Vivi is more like
Because
a friend of me at
It's
this point.
something I must do. While the chief takes his final breaths.
Oh yeah, there's no way to save him.
Vivia.
Even if we didn't do this labyrinth. Poison gas.
If Chief Yako is the culprit, then what about that death threat?
The one that Fink never sends.
Why would the chief send it? If he was the killer. Answer me, Yuma.
Why did Yaku send the death threat? To make it seem like he was in danger. No. Okay, I think I got this. Oh, that was cool. Seeing Shimigami CS film. Okay, I think I got this now. Alright.
Why would the chief
This is cool.
send it?
Alright.
If he was the killer.
It's like an actual fight.
Answer me, Yuma.
Okay, it wasn't that.
That's not the reason.
I'm gonna wait. I know I'll take damage if I let it play. We're already at 50%, so it's not like we did a good job with damage this
Why
time.
would the chief send it? If he was the killer. Answer me, Yuma.
If there's a reason that says to get us all to come down to the lab, then I'll do it because he needed an excuse to come to the lab. That everyone would buy. Because he needed everyone here in the Fortes. Oh, nope.
That's not the reason.
It's not to scare the doctor, so it has to be the first one?
Why would the chief send it? If he was the killer. Answer me, Yuma.
Okay, that was the first one.
By sending that note, everyone would believe the doctor's life was in danger.
Yep.
Which was necessary for this sequence of events to take place. All the master detectives headed to the secret lab because of that note.
True.
Chief Yako brought them here to take advantage of their abilities and murder the doctor.
Huh? Their ability?
But the death threat wasn't sent just to the detectives. The peacekeepers received it too. What was the point of that? Why put them on high alert? What is the truth behind it all?
To use disguise ability, nope. What's...
Couldn't have been thinking about that.
Man, this sucks. I'm bad at this.
The death threat wasn't sent just to the detectives. The peacekeepers received it too. What was the point of that?
True.
Why put them on high alert? What is the truth behind it all?
Nope.
Couldn't have been thinking about that.
Was it number 1 again?
But the death threat wasn't sent just to the detectives.
This
The
is
peacekeepers
hurting my
received it
pride
too.
here.
What was the point of that?
Oh, I found the fast forward button. Oh, to use his disguise ability, he had to get in. That... I'm being stupid. It's definitely the disguise ability.
But
The note was sent to the Peacekeepers because they were also part of the plan.
To
When
use the
Peacekeepers
disguise
received
building.
the note, they dispatched a lot of their personnel to the scene. The master detectives were able to take advantage of the commotion to enter the facility. They did it by disguising themselves as peacekeepers.
It would be convenient to have a lot of peacekeepers around if you want to get into the lab disguised as one.
This is why the peacekeepers also received the death threat.
Hey, you still want to do this? It's not too late to give up.
I am well aware of the danger. I haven't gotten this much exercise in a long time, but this is something I must do. I can't leave the chief like this.
Vivia.
Let's continue, Yuma. So, everyone disguised themselves as peacekeepers and entered the... You were already at the lab, and that's where you met up with the chief, right?
Yes, but we decided to split up after the blackout occurred.
Okay, so the blackout
Wait.
occurred.
That blackout should have caused a commotion. If we leave now, the Peacekeepers will see us. I knew it. This place is crawling with them.
What do we do?
I'll draw their attention to buy some time. In the meantime, you two hurry to that doctor.
The chief said he'd buy us some time, but he actually went and hid inside the airlock.
Yeah, okay. So not
Was the
during the blackout.
part of the plan? So the one who caused it,
It has to be the hitman.
was that also the chief?
No, because he was in the room with us, apparently. I thought it could be the chief. Nope. I'll get this one right. It's the hitman. Nope. Cool.
The chief was with me in the security room at the time of the blackout. It's impossible for him to have caused it, so the only person it could be is the hitman. It must have been part of the job. He instructed the hitman to cause a blackout at a specific time.
But
It made us think the doctor was in danger, so we'd go check on him. We used Amapal and Fortes to get through the tight security system. Chief Yako had it all planned out from the start. He used us to break through the security so he could kill the doctor.
So, Master using Amapal and the Sheltered Skank's time rewinding ability at the panel chamber? That was all part of Fuzzhead's plan?
The only way to get past security was to use both Amapal and that Forte. The chief knew we'd figure that out.
I think it's more like he trusted us. He trusted that we would arrive at that conclusion.
I'm counting on you both. See you later.
Trust? How could this be a trust thing? He was clearly taking advantage of you all. He gathered the master detectives using a fake death threat, then used their Fortes to commit murder. What a scumbag! He used you all to get away with murder! Out of all the criminals I've ever met, he's the worst coward of them all! Master, grab that coward and—
Enough!
Oh, wow.
Why did it have to come? Chief Yako, he took me in. I had lost everything. Even my memory. Sure, he may have been a little pushy at times, but still, I really admired. So, why did you do it? Is this about the woman in the picture? Chief, please tell me! Or
There's no point in asking. That's just a mystery phantom. It's not the real Fuzzhead. Master, watch out!
The phantoms are a reflection of the same people in the real world, right? Which means he should hold the same thought. The photo behind the houseplant. I don't know what the chief was hiding, but that photo must have been dropped by the hitman after he was done with it. The chief picked it up and used his own blood to obscure the thing. He knew the truth would be exposed if that photo was found. So, he hid it behind the potted plant. He left his blood on it, almost like he wrote a dying message. But in truth, it was actually a secret he wanted to keep hidden.
Master, I think you know this, but to exit the Mystery Labyrinth, you will have to eliminate the culprit.
Eliminate the chief?
Are you really going to do that? After all the mysteries are solved, the chief back in the real world will die. But you saw yourself, Yuma. The chief is already knocking on death's door. Will you still bury him in the name of truth?
He's already dying.
The chief took me in when I had no memories. Or anyone to turn. I trusted him from the bottom of my heart. Now, I have to end his life?
Yep.
You know, I liked it, surprisingly. The little bit of peace and quiet I found at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Vivia, you knew the truth behind this case from the very beginning.
I had a hunch because of my spectral projection. I knew the chief had been planning something for quite some time, but I pretended not to see. I admired him and the world he had made.
That's why you threatened me, and were so uncooperative in the investigation.
I knew you would reach the truth eventually, Yuma. But I tried my best to keep you away. Exposing the truth won't save anyone. Neither the chief nor you.
Master, you've already come this far. You've got to fit it. What'll happen to the other master detectives if you die? Didn't you say you wanted to expose the truth and save everyone?
Vivia, you told me that the time would come when I'd have to prove my conviction. The conviction to accept the truth, no matter how cruel it may be. Now is that time, isn't it?
Yes, and yet you intend to continue, if you're prepared for it.
Hey! You better not get in Master's way again!
Yuma, do you remember when the chief's soul called out?
Huh?
Yeah, the truth is cruel. Never in history has the truth been known to be kind. You know what? Turning your eyes away from the truth and living a lie, it's in the end, you can never look away from the truth. As long as you live, you must face that pain. So really, what's the point of worrying so when you're lost? Believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
I always averted my eyes from the truth. For my own sake. My own peace. But I could never say with confidence that I was proud of myself. In the end, I was just running away from everything. That's why I entrust this to you, Yuma. You signed a pact with the Death God and your desire for the truth. I want to see your conviction. As long as you don't stray from exposing all truth, I believe you'll be able to face it, cruel as it may be. I want to see it through to the end. It's why I followed you here. In that sense, we're accomplices. If you must bring down the chief, then I will lend a hand. I won't avert my eyes any longer. I, too, want to live with my head held high, because I, too, am a detective.
Vivia,
When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way,
I understand.
I don't want to hear that
Santiago,
again. That
Thank
we've
you
heard that like 3 times
for
already.
everything you've done for me.
Okay, well. Oh, there's no fortress or anything. Okay. We're just charging up the solution blade, no fortress or anything. Oh, okay. So we don't have this one. So E and Q. Okay. It wouldn't let me go back because we were at the beginning. Okay, that's gonna be the last one, obviously. So we got armor power, we got intercom. Nothing there. Intercom. That's it. So now we need a knife. Oh, he climbed over the door. Interesting. Oh, he kicked Armor Pal. He didn't bump into him. He kicked him. Alright, well we need to... Here was the knife. Nope. These are a lot easier than the Danganronpas. Amaterasu. And the Peacekeepers. Think. This is a pretty ballsy plan. Let's see. Fubuki's power. We shocked a lot. Well, actually, we didn't fail that much, but I guess we should have failed for the story.
step right up! Peacekeepers, a CEO, a research doctor, a hitman, and master detectives! 2 dead bodies, but lots of shady characters! Truth bombs are about to be dropped! Time for the deduction denouement!
The victim in this case is one Dr. Weska. This incident features a sinister and meticulously detailed plot centered on the Doctor.
The old geezer was holed up inside a lab at Amaterasu HQ. He was a total hermit in the critical lab, with a totally overkill security system.
The culprit made thorough preparations beforehand to break through that system.
Room killing a shut-in is hard work. The only thing to do is to reintroduce him to society first.
Yeah, with that out of the way. Posing as a hitman, the culprit sent a death threat to the Peacekeepers, the Detective Agency, and the Research Lab. At the same time, they contracted a real hitman
It's the Leprechaun
to
guy.
infiltrate the research facility.
They spilled the beans about Gramps being in danger to lure both the Peacekeepers and the detectives to the lab.
You see, the Master Detective's presence at the scene was an indispensable part of the plan. It was how the culprit gained access to the research facility, after all. The hitman infiltrated the lab exactly as planned. And we arrived with Makoto at the same time.
Stuff went down, blah blah blah, and Master got locked up by that Yomi guy.
I was rescued by Desuhiko and the culprit, who were disguised as peacekeepers. With the real peacekeepers rushing around, the culprit took advantage of the turmoil to sneak into the lab. But after catching up with them, the power suddenly went out, separating the culprit from the rest of the group.
The blackout itself was caused by the hitman, right? And getting separated was all part of the culprit's plan.
Right. They used the blackout as an opportunity to hide in the vents in the airlock
Okay,
chamber.
so he did use the blackout.
Afterwards, we headed to the critical lab to check on the doctor's condition, just like the culprit directed us. But since that lab used a separate power supply, nothing strange had happened.
His whole "the doctor's in danger" spiel was an act, huh? He made a fool of you, Master. What a dick!
But then, someone attacked the doctor while we were trying to talk with him over the intercom. We had to get into the doctor's lab.
But that time, the old geezer was playing games with us. And he even tried to kill you and the others with a trap! That bastard wanted to use your dead bodies! He really got you there, Master!
I don't see why you're so happy about it. The doctor's sham made the case even more confusing. Even if we tried to get to the doctor,
You should have just let us in if you wanted to use our dead bodies. But
the only way through was by using an Amapal. The culprit rode on it by emerging from their hiding place in the airlock vent and jumping onto the robot's head.
All aboard the Amapal Express! First stop, a shower of toxic gas! Humans can't protect themselves against the gas, but since it's not instantly fatal, it wasn't a problem. Next up, the panel chamber and high voltage shocks! One wrong move, he was instant death. But thanks to that shocking skink, we got all the continues we could want. So we managed a perfect clear! The critical lab was finally breached!
The culprit had anticipated we would get through this way. They also knew they would die over and over as a result.
that's rough if you didn't get it on like the second try like we did.
I should have realized what was happening.
No use crying over spilt blood. On to the next thing. Where were we? Oh yeah! To open the door to the doctor's lab, Amapal had to reach out its arm and hit a switch. And when the door opened wide enough for a person to squeeze through, the killer snuck inside.
Amapal can't follow any new commands while its arm is extended, so the culprit didn't show up on the camera.
Then the culprit boom killed the old geezer using the same knife as the hitman. Gramps was pretty much deaf, so a backstab was easy peasy.
Then, the murderer tried to leave the room before Amapal entered. They knocked the robot over on the way out.
They then went back into the airlock chamber vent to wait for you and the others to go by.
We entered the critical lab and found the doctor's body. The culprit used that time to get out of the vent and head for the hallway.
That was when they were found by the hitman. And stabbed.
They'd already been in contact with a toxic gas, so death was inevitable. However, dying by gas would expose them as the doctor's killer. So they hired the hitman to kill them, thereby concealing any involvement.
I guess that means the killer completely trusted in the master detective's capabilities.
They're trying to make this a saint thing. He obviously did it because Dr. Wesker did something to his girl in the picture.
But why were they willing to die to hide the crime?
I can't say for certain. Was it his pride as a detective? Did he simply not want his friends to know? Whatever it may be, I'm prepared to face the truth. The culprit who murdered Dr. Weska, and even included his own death in the plot.
Jaco Furio! It was you!
I will expose the truth.
Too bad we didn't try to do the mystery of who killed Fuzzhead.
But
I guess that wasn't a mystery. So there was no labyrinth.
why? Why didn't you ever talk to us about this? Why did it have to end this way? Why didn't you tell us? Is this really what you want? Can you even hear me?
It doesn't matter who it is. Exterminating the real culprit's soul and destroying the Mystery Labyrinth. That's why I'm here.
Oh, are we gonna get the Looney Tune, like, blast with the... Oh, we are. This feels wrong.
Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case.
They should have done different ones like Danganronpa, where she doesn't do the same thing. It missed him. Oh, that's sweet. She's weeping his soul a different way. I just said a different way too. Aw.
Master's naivete must be rubbing off on me. I mean, not even I hated Buzzhead. That's weird. This Mystery Labyrinth is falling apart slower than usual. I wonder why.
We shouldn't let our guards down yet. Do you really think we're done here?
We are done here.
Do you have all of the fragments of truth that you sought? If so, we could just leave, right?
Oh, weird. I guess some mysteries with Vane.
No, we haven't uncovered everything yet. No, there are still some mysteries remaining.
Oh wow, it goes
What's
on.
remaining? I reaped the culprit's soul already. I know it's slow, but this place is starting to come down.
Maybe it's not directly related to this case. I don't want to leave any questions unanswered. For Chief Yako's sake, please. Help me, Shinigami.
Oh, fine. I can't say no to you, Master. You know I can't resist helping you when you rely on me. First, we need to reveal whatever mysteries are left.
True, true.
That should open up a new path. Lay it all out, Master.
I am getting hungry. Alright. Okay, we gotta puzzle something out. It's Dr. Horexia's. Oh, is this the emails? I was looking at the keys on the side. It's the emails. And I already think it's Yumi. Alright.
That's right.
I.
That's right. Go, go, go.
Okay, cool. I actually had no idea the emails were gonna come up. Okay, that's fan service right there. It's like Zelda. Oh my god.
Oh, it's a secret dungeon. The labyrinth must be breaking down so slowly because the identity of the culprit is.
That is actually a good idea. I know Nintendo doesn't do anything on Steam, but if I get a capture card, we could play Zelda. That would be fun.
Isn't the only mystery.
I haven't beaten, I barely played the Tears of the Kingdom. I know I'm getting a really slow start on it.
But it's still definitely coming down, so you better hurry, Master.
Yeah, got it.
Yuma, I'll follow you to the end.
Thank you.
Do you regret this, Yuma?
Oh, you know what? Let me order food real quick, and then we'll get back to it. Oh, game capture. That's how I would do it. Okay, cool. Taco Bell's getting so expensive. 24 bucks for what I wanted.
Said I didn't.
I've been thinking. Remember what the chiefs...
Oh, give me a second. This is getting good, but I want to make sure that I don't mess up, like, looking at my order. Okay, cool.
Soul said. If you keep that in mind while knowing who the true culprit was, doesn't it seem like he wanted you to find the truth? Even though he was the culprit himself.
I don't know. He tried to cover up pretty
Maybe
elaborately.
there's a hidden truth behind this case, and the chief wanted us to find it.
Maybe, but
Could be some anonymous person involved.
If Anonymous is part of this case, they must have a motive for killing Dr. Weska as well.
guessing it's
The doctor knew
Yomi.
about the secret dealings and was planning to...
Oh, it is Yomi. So remember he broke into the office and he figured out Yomi, like he took the map and stuff and the files and everything in the office that we couldn't like look at because it wasn't pertaining to the case we were at. I bet it had Yomi's corruption or something like that in it. Oh, so he's taking down Yomi with him. And he changed his mind. So he didn't know about it before he put the plan into place. He found out after he put the plan into
flee
place.
from Kanai Ward by himself, after all. Could it be that Anonymous took advantage of Chief Yako by instigating him to commit murder?
Oh, Yomi is behind all
Likely
this.
the chief just happened to kill Dr. Weska right as he was planning to flee.
If that's true, Anonymous isn't just involved in the case. They could be the mastermind, the Grey Eminence.
Because everything's... Your,
Why are you telling me that now?
your 13th favorite color.
The case is already solved. All these crimes were committed by Yako on his own. Now,
What was that voice?
Someone's trying to stop us from solving this mystery. Now we know. The mastermind is somewhere within this labyrinth.
get out. Get out.
So are we gonna kill Yomi too?
Get out. Get out. Get out.
Oh, remember when I said we didn't do the palace? I wonder if we're gonna do the palace. I wonder if this is...
We can't let this stop us.
Because we've already done the
One more
book.
truth still hidden here. We have to find it. We need to know why the chief committed this crime.
Right. We'll figure this out.
Just a death match. Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is the longest labyrinth we've ever done. I'm less than Half-Life. Okay, I can repel.
That claim doesn't hold up.
These repel things are like super easy.
No, it still isn't solved yet. I will discover who the mastermind is.
You're right, it is the guy with the heart on his forehead. Forget Yomi.
I will not turn away from the truth.
Oh, crap, that might be the case. I didn't even think about it. He has motive and everything. I'm gonna say it's Yomi because I convinced myself it was. But if it's the guy with the heart, I'm gonna laugh. Yeah, okay, so there was missing files. It points to Yomi already.
take the slaughter artist. There's the murder weapon.
Oh crap.
We even killed the doctor. Yako acted alone. So what about this Anonymous? Even anything, you'll never find out who they are. There's nothing connecting Yako to Anonymous.
Oh, crap. Maybe it's not what I think it is. Maybe it's not. It's either missing file or the lab map.
The culprit. Everything is done by Yako alone. He hired Pink the slaughter artist. There's the murder weapon.
Oh, I wonder if Yomi
The doctor.
gave him the map.
Yako acted alone.
Interesting.
So what about this Anonymous? Even if they did, you'll never find out who they are. There's nothing connecting Yako to it.
Oh, interesting. Maybe because he's the only Yomi only had the key, so Yako didn't break in there.
Chief Yako tried to hide this along with that photo of himself.
Interesting.
It was strange for him to have this in the first place. This is the link between Anonymous and the
Yeah. Okay, it's Yomi. Oh, crap, crap.
Anonymous doesn't exist! Yako wanted everything!
Oh, it has to be the storage key. Storage key contains Peacekeeper.
Cares about some map. It doesn't prove a damn thing!
Oh. Oh crap, I did not mean to hit that. I meant to use the other. Oh, nope, can't get hit. Can't get hit. Ooh. No! I couldn't move. I had my hand on the wrong key. It wasn't the same thing as earlier today.
Nothing to do with the doctor's murder! Yes. Anyone can find it.
Okay, that's it. That was obviously it. Yomi, I see him.
The plan the chief had was from the lab storage.
But that room was locked. No one could enter it. It was completely sealed off. Only the director of the Peacekeepers had access. So, the only person who could have gotten that floor plan was Peacekeeper Director Yomi.
The anonymous person who gave Chief Yako the floor plan and pushed him to commit murder. You, the director of the Peacekeepers, Yomi Hells. You were the mastermind. You were pulling the strings from behind the scenes. You instigated the chief to commit murder.
I never thought someone as empty as me could feel so much emotion. This is the first time in my life I felt this angry.
How did you do it? What did you do to drive the chief to murder? Answer me!
I'm not telling you anything, idiot.
Huh?
So what if you figured it out? Who cares? It's too late now, you pathetic ingrate. Everyone died just as I planned. Now no one can stand in my way. No one can lay a hand on me. You should be grateful. I'm cleaning up this city.
What did you say?
Master, I hate to admit it, but Yomi's right. You can't do anything to him.
Why not?
He manipulated Fuzzhead from behind the scenes. But he wasn't the one who murdered the doctor. This Mystery Labyrinth is for the murder of Dr. Huesca. You can't punish Yomi.
Then what can we do? He has to pay for what he did!
We can't do anything! That's why I'm freaking out too!
So, exposing the truth would be... But then, why have we been seeking it all this time?
The truth is meaningless. I'm in charge in Kanai. I have to laugh. Who could have guessed things would go so well? Yako Furio was a pain in the ass. The only reason I kept him alive is for this moment.
Interesting.
I didn't even realize I was manipulating him into killing the doctor for me. How stupid can you be?
You...
Master, time's up. The Mystery Labyrinth is about to be destroyed.
If only we had found out what he was up to sooner, we might have been able to stop him. Still, I should be able to bring this memory back into the real world. I'll remember this confession. I'm not sure if it'll help, but I'll interrogate him once we return to the real world.
It doesn't matter. I'll cover it all. You're all nothing but scum beneath my feet. I'm untouchable. And now, I'm gonna dispose of you like the trash you are.
Okay. We got beat up. Alright, no more Mystery Labyrinth. Yay. That was a long Mystery Labyrinth. I think we're getting towards the end of the game, probably.
Hey, hurry up! Execute these scumbags.
I thought he was gonna do it himself.
Criminals have no rights.
You... will pay for this!
What's with that look? Are you seriously going to defy me?
Apparently.
Well, I don't care. You're all going to die now.
This is real bad, Master! He's serious!
Wait. Director Yomi Hellsmile. We know all about your
Ah,
secret
he did
dealings
keep his
with
memory.
Dr. Huesca.
What? Did you say something? Maybe I'll kill the loudest one of you first. If you have something to say, go ahead. I can't hear you. Come on, who wants to be the first to die?
Damn it!
Forget it. I guess I'll just kill both of you at the same time.
This guy isn't listening to a thing we say! If he was the real culprit, I'd boot kill him!
It's all going exactly how he wants. Solving the case didn't help anything.
Goodbye. Hope you enjoy the worst nightmare of your life as you die.
The only one who will be having nightmares is you.
You! I thought you went back to the surface! What are you doing here?
Well, Yomi, there's something I want you to see. What do you think of this?
Ah, he saved us. He's probably the ultimate villain, though.
How did you get that?
Most of the secret deals you've been making over the years are listed here. Looks like someone's been cooking the books. You conspired with Dr. Huesca and leaked Amaterasu's technology to other national enterprises. And with the money you obtained, you bribed the right people to control this city.
Lies! You made that all up! Hey! I don't care if he is the CEO. Arrest this masked freak! We can't let this outsider barge in here and take control of this city! Capture him, execute him, chop his head off, crush his skull! What's wrong? Why are you just standing there?
They've already turned.
Then I'll offer a bounty! Whoever kills him gets 100 million shit! Why won't you obey me? He's using false information to tear the Peacekeepers apart! You want that? You'll all be out of a job! Kanai Ward is better off without people like him! This city's fallen into ruin ever since he showed up! Now follow my orders! This city doesn't belong to him. It belongs to me! The Great Yomi!
I'm sorry, Director Yomi. This city doesn't belong to anyone.
Oh, it's her. I thought she was a cube.
You... Martina, you're alive?
Makoto stopped the execution order you issued. I am here today thanks to him.
Oh,
Martina
conspiring.
is right. Kanai Ward belongs to everyone who lives here. It doesn't belong to you!
Shinigami?
Probably best to stay quiet and watch for now.
So, you're on that freak's side now? I won't stand for this. You're a member of the Peacekeepers! I won't allow such insubordination!
Director Yomi, there's something I'd like to say to you. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to consult with a lawyer.
What?
Your reign is over, Yomi Hellsmile. Now, everyone, arrest the offending suspect. Please, do not be too rough. Even criminals have rights.
Damn it. Damn you! Mark my words, you masked bastard! Yomi Hellsmile will be back! And when I am, I'll kill you! I'll rip you to pieces for taking everything from me! You're all dead! I'll kill every last one of you!
Wow.
As we discussed before, upon receiving his punishment, I hereby resign from my role in the Peacekeepers.
You don't have to.
I must. This is my way of taking responsibility as his accomplice. Well, Chief Executive Makoto, I hope you will see to the rest.
Sorry for causing so much trouble. That should settle things for now.
What's going on?
While the Peacekeepers had their hands full with the lab incident, I snuck into Yomi's room and looked around. And there, I found this file. It's all thanks to you.
Don't tell me. You
Oh,
to
see?
be a decoy from the start?
It was all just a series of coincidences.
My DoorDash is here, so I'll be back. Enjoy the intermission screen.
wasn't able to die once again. Well, at least things worked out.
That was really dangerous. I thought you were done for, Master.
Mikoto showing up really saved us. And it seems like he was using you and the others.
He was.
Oh!
My Taco Bell has finally arrived, so I'm gonna be munching while I play. Alright.
I'm sorry about what happened to Chief Yako. With Yomi gone, there's a change in the winds of Kanai Ward. Even through the endless downpour, I will rebuild this city from the ground up. Because I love this city more than anyone else.
I see.
Oh my goodness.
By the way,
He
how
is
did
the
your
boss.
investigation at the secret lab go? Did you find what you were looking for? You know, the so-called immortal monster, the homunculus.
Oh, interesting. I forgot that's why we were even
Did
here.
I find anything?
Maybe homunculi are just rumors. But let me know if you'd still like help in your search. If it's within my power, I'll permit you detectives to search anywhere in Kanai Ward.
Thanks.
Well, I need to get going. You should return to your friends. I'm
The
sure
restricted
they're
area. Let's go there.
Plus, you need to tell everyone what happened to Fuzzhead.
Oh, one more thing. I have a gift for you, my friend. To express my gratitude.
A gift?
Kanai Ward will be reborn, thanks to you.
Okay.
I haven't done anything.
No, that's not true. Please accept the gift. We're friends, aren't we? Oh,
Are we?
Don't open it yet. It's a bit of a surprise.
Sure. Okay.
See you later.
Oh.
Look, he's back!
Are you alright? We saw a bunch of peacekeepers heading that way.
Well, how did the investigation go?
The case is closed.
Closed? Really?
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Now the chief can rest without any regrets.
Rest? Wait,
Hello, I already figured it out too.
wait, you're joking, right?
There's a Hiko.
He passed away.
Caught on pretty quickly.
I was hoping he would live until Yuma and the others returned, but there was nothing he could do.
A while ago? That means he was dead before the Mystery Labyrinth.
Yep.
No, it can't be.
Oh, what's that?
Chicago, please, tell me you're only sleeping. I will turn back time now, so please, open your eyes.
It's the poison gas.
Stop it. There's no need to keep pestering the chief.
But
I wish I could do something too. He's dead. As a detective, you should understand that. Don't sob like a baby. I want to cry too, but
If only Chief Yako fell in love with Fubuki and moved on.
Was he already dead? Or was it due to the Mystery Labyrinth? We'll never know.
I think I'll head home now. My business here is done.
So cold-hearted. As usual. He's like an emotionless robot.
Vivia. We should head back too. With the chief, of course.
Master, how long are you gonna let this get you down? I know you're shocked that Buzzhead was the culprit. But you and I solved it together, so shouldn't we be celebrating?
Solved it? Yes, we did learn the truth. But it didn't resolve anything. What's the point of solving something if it doesn't save anyone? In the end, we still don't know why the chief did it. How could you even consider it solved?
I understand why you're upset. Alright, I'll leave you alone for now. Yuma? I thought you'd be here.
Aw. Krumi.
Say!
She doesn't even turn around. She's just waiting for us.
Kurumi.
I just promised I'd give him some alone time!
Are you sure you should be walking around alone at this hour?
I heard about Chief Yako. Hey, Yuma. Did we make a mistake? If we didn't try to find that secret lab, maybe Chief Yako would still be alive.
I don't know if what we did was right or wrong. But either way, I think it would have ended like this eventually.
I'm glad to see that you've returned safely.
Thank you.
To tell the truth, while you were at the lab, I looked into Chief Yako's past a bit.
Huh?
I was just curious. Do you remember that talk on the submarine?
To me, this town is my life. My bitter past, my fun memories, they're all right here. I just wanted to protect the happiness I found within arms, but it wasn't easy. It was too much for me to handle on my own, and as a result, I lost everything. I was an empty shell until you all came along.
True. He did say that.
In short, the chief lost his wife 4 years ago. She was a researcher at Amaterasu's lab.
Aw.
The chief's wife? Wasn't Amaterasu a researcher?
On top of that, his wife's death was declared an accident, but there seems to be more to the story. At the time, the lab's head researcher was suspected of leaking technological information. It was the chief's wife that blew the whistle. If what she said was true, he would have been removed. But on the day before the commission came to investigate, an experiment went wrong and exploded, killing her.
It's obvious that someone was trying.
Yeah. Chief Yako probably suspected that too. He was conducting his own investigation. In the end, I don't know what conclusion he reached.
So that's who the chief wanted to protect most. It's what he meant when he said he lost everything.
And the person his wife accused, Wesker.
Dr. Wesker.
Do you know who that is?
No, it doesn't ring a bell. It's getting late. Let's head back to the detective agency. The chief's final word. I think they were actually meant for himself.
Yeah, the truth is cruel. Never. You know what? Turning in the end, you can never look away from the truth. As long as you live, you must. So really, what's the point of work when you're lost? Believe in your own heart. That way, even.
But I think he was wrong because everyone is mourning you, Chief. Chief, I've made up my mind. No matter, I will expose the truth hidden in this city.
Dun dun dun. That was a cool shot.
Hey, did you come up with this dish yourself? I've never had anything so tasty.
We keep on going back to this guy.
Cooking is all
A
I'm
mysterious
good at,
man. Cooking! 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 Is he the trainee? Are we not Yuma Cocoa Head? Is he... remember when I said before he looked more like a Cocoa Head than we do? He's cooking! Yuma Cocoa Head was good at cooking. Interesting.
Are you hungry? Can I make you something at the agency?
Well, I guess I haven't eaten in a while.
What? This
Wait.
Laddie is gonna mix something dangerous into your food.
Wait. If he is Yuma Cocoa Head, who are we? Gasp.
I suggest you stay far away.
I need to cough, guys. Sorry. Ooh.
Alright. What should I make? I need to cheer you up.
Meat buns.
I'll go on ahead and make something in the kitchen.
She seems rather considerate. She's a nice girl.
Yeah.
I wish you'd be more considerate to me.
Oh, I should have looked around.
Yuma, does light shine into your world now that you've obtained the truth?
I don't know. It's like you said. I feel as though the world's ended. I tried so hard to find the truth.
We did.
Should I not have done that?
You should ask yourself that. Tomorrow, the you of tomorrow will have an answer for the you of today.
As
Interesting.
usual, I'm not quite sure what you mean, Vivia. What's that?
It was hidden in the drawer of the chief's desk. It seems like a letter from Anonymous.
Anonymous? You mean Yomi?
Of course, he didn't know Anonymous was Yomi. This letter mentioned the truth behind his wife's death 4 years ago.
The truth.
It describes how Dr. Weska conspired to murder her. The facts were laid out, cold and calculated. I wonder, how did the chief feel when he read it? It's not hard to imagine him burning with a desire for revenge against
Okay,
Dr.
so
Weska.
it was the letter that we saw at the end of the last chapter, and well, I assumed it was the death threat against Dr. Weska, but remember, Yako made those.
By the way, this letter arrived right after I was dispatched to Kanai Ward. In other words, the motive and means were both in the chief's hands.
So the letter was the trigger.
In my ghost form, I've seen the chief staring at this letter in secret many times. Back
And you
then,
didn't read it.
I didn't know what he was reading, but I know the chief was thinking about it constantly. Perhaps the map of the lab was sent together with this letter.
If so, then it was a total setup.
I'm sure the chief deeply regretted using our fortes as part of his crime. Or maybe that's just the truth I see. Maybe it's nothing more than wishful thinking.
You might be right. I think the chief wavered back and forth the whole time.
Yeah, I agree.
Some people think Vivia is cold-hearted, but I think he cared deeply for the chief. He really did admire him.
Well, I think he's terrible at showing it. He needs to work on his facial expressions at the very least.
By the way, Yuma, Yomi definitely was the mastermind who worked in the shadows to put this together. But that aside, there's one more person I'm curious of.
You mean Makoto Kagutsuchi?
Yep.
I know. Do you think it was a coincidence he brought me to the lab today? Or... Oh, the phone.
It's a call from the WDO. We should go back and...
Okay.
I know about Yak. Who could have suspected that a proud detective of the WDO would commit murder?
Oh, it's number 1.
He doesn't know anything.
If only the World Detective Organization had sent support to Kanai Ward sooner.
Stop it. There's no point in saying that now.
I can hear you. Enough idle talk. Focus. The only thing a detective must do is solve cases. Concentrate on solving mysteries. Emotions will only shackle you as a detective. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. I know you're suffering from the loss of your chief, but the investigation must continue until Kanai Ward's ultimate secret is revealed. The great global mystery will never be solved. These are heavy responsibilities. It demands your complete attention.
In that case, please tell us. What is the great global mystery? Many master detectives have already been killed. Keeping us in the dark could lead to more deaths, like what happened to our chief.
Very well. The great global mystery is a mass kidnapping case.
Huh?
Kidnapping.
Kidnapping?
Interesting.
Yes. Countless people from around the world have been kidnapped and taken to Kanai Ward. We are searching for the heinous criminal responsible.
Heinous criminal? Lots of people have been taken to Kanai Ward?
But where could they gather that many people in this city?
Well, I have an idea.
The restricted area.
Seriously?
Alara seems to know something.
It's a restricted area.
No way.
Yep.
Hey. Hey.
No way.
Wow. Everyone.
The restricted area. They could gather all the kidnapped people there.
True.
You're right. That would be the perfect place to hide them.
I was planning on discussing it later, but there is some new information about that place. It appears that the restricted area does in fact have a corpse disposal facility.
What?
However, there are lots of rumors about the restricted area. For example, they even say it's a corpse disposal facility.
Oh, yeah, because the bodies rot in the rain.
What? That rumor was true?
In Kanai Ward, corpses rot easily due to the humidity from the rain, so they are quick to retrieve bodies. The corpses are then loaded onto trucks and transported to the restricted area for disposal. But that process is managed by a department with a handful of people working directly for Amaterasu's CEO. On top of that, they are only involved in transportation. They aren't aware of what happens after. How the bodies are buried and who buries them is a mystery.
All of this secrecy around the burials. It's suspicious.
The CEO is that Makoto guy, right? Does he have something to do with the corpse burials?
But how is the global kidnapping case related to a corpse disposal facility?
I know. They are forcing the kidnapped people to bury the bodies.
Doubt it. Why bother kidnapping just for that?
Anyway, there's definitely something happening in the city. Something sinister.
We just don't know what it is.
While we're at it, perhaps I should share the information I've obtained as well.
Huh? You got something to...
This is getting super interesting.
The vampire knows something. I sure wish we'd gotten the whole story right away. Let's go find out what that anemic vampire has to say.
I don't know if it has anything to do with what's going on here. But while I was using spectral projection to search for the secret lab, I kept hearing about a strange rumor in town. There's a taboo among Kanai Ward's
Okay.
residents. Something they must never discuss in front of outsiders.
Taboo.
He's probably the only one who could have learned that. I doubt anyone would mention it in front of detectives.
So what was it?
The blank week mystery.
The blank week mystery.
The
Oh.
blank week mystery?
Unfortunately, all I know is its name, and that it's taboo to mention it in Kanai Ward.
Interesting. So another mystery?
That's it? I don't get it.
Feels like we're in like.
No,
Feels like we're opening like another half of the game. I thought we were almost done.
maybe it has something to do with the mass kidnapping and the restricted area.
But all we have to go on is the term.
The blank week mystery is taboo in Kanai War. I wonder if Kurumi has heard about it. I should ask her after this meeting with number 1.
She's an informant who may be hiding information. If that's true, we'll have to torture the info out of her.
The great global mystery in the restricted area, the blank week mystery, and a heinous criminal pursued by the WDO. After coming this far, we're still discovering more mysteries. How are they all connected? What is going on in Kanai Ward?
Detectives, listen closely. If this case is ignored, then more people shall end up becoming the victims of this criminal. The only ones who can stop it, the only ones are us detectives. The World Detective Organization will never overlook a mystery.
Why doesn't he
and
come
all
down
truths
and do
must
this?
Be exposed,
I guess
understand?
it's a safety or security
we are aiming,
thing.
as always, for a perfect solution. And as long as I'm involved in this investigation, I will be the one to guide us toward finding that perfect solution. Our moment of truth is finally at
Light
hand.
Yagami writes his name down, and he has a heart attack all of a sudden. Oh my goodness!
What?
I was kidding. I was kidding.
What's going on?
What was that flash?
Number 1, I heard an explosion.
Is he
What's
dead?
that? Another branch. A news flash. Alright, give me the video feed.
We bring you breaking news. The WDO headquarters has been struck by a terrorist bombing.
Oh
Here's
my
live footage
goodness.
from the scene. You can see the fierce fire consuming it. For those of you just tuning in,
Terror attack?
Hold on. The World Detective Organization? No way. Impossible.
What is this? What is happening? Master, this is...
Oh! Is it the box? It's the box! Makoto, no!
This... I must rewind.
No.
Oh, she got knocked out before she could rewind time.
Hold your breath.
I wanna die someday.
We're the last one up.
Hey, Master!
Kurumi's around it. Oh, nope. She's down. She's down right there.
Master!
So we're all getting kidnapped by Makoto? Is that what's going on? I forgot that even the title of Chapter 4, like, I'm so immersed. Okay. Well, that's the end of the chapter. I'm gonna cut the stream. That doesn't mean we were not gonna play more. Oh, I don't want to see this. I was terrible. Oh, no. Never mind. Got the second best grade? Okay, I'll take that. I thought I did terribly. Alright. Alright. I like all the pictures. Oops, I need to pause. I don't want to watch it. Okay, it looks like we wake up. So I'm cutting the stream here now, but I do plan to come back before I have to work later. So probably 40 minutes or whatever. We're in an exciting point, so I kind of want to like keep pushing till I get this game done so we can do other games. Like the Brie game. I'm super excited. Crystar. Yeah. Alright, so I do want to finish this playthrough. So I'll be back probably in 40-ish minutes.